When Lýtửtiên and Jack left, Marhoy stayed alone at the farm, looking at the pigs and chickens, squealing with a heavy heart. Several days passed, but Lýtүtien's figure was still missing. A vague uneasiness arose in his heart. Perhaps that girl would never return to this place, filled with so much suffering. The thought flashed through his mind. A ray of light flashed in his mind. Why did he have to suffer here waiting? That amount of money, though small, was enough for him to have a more comfortable life. Without hesitation, Marhoy called the trader, offering to sell off all the pigs and chickens and valuable items on the farm. After receiving 10 million dong, he took the phone Jack left behind, the phone with the GPS installed, to a roadside shop to sell it. After selling, he quickly left, erasing his traces. The next day, Jack returned to the farm. As soon as they entered the gate, the desolate and quiet scene made both of them surprised. Where were the pigs and chickens? The familiar objects had also disappeared. Jack had a bad feeling. He quickly turned on the location on his old phone and discovered that the last signal was from a phone shop not far away. Without hesitation, Jack went to that phone shop. Confirming that Marhoy had sold the phone, Jack's suspicion grew even more. He immediately contacted the police, explaining the whole story and his suspicions about Mr. Hoy and the mysterious man in black. After listening to Jack's story, the police determined that this was an organized crime and planned to coordinate to arrest the suspects. Jack would play the role of the person who took Lýtүtiên back to the farm, creating an opportunity for the people behind it to be revealed. As expected, when Jack's car carrying Lýtүtiên left the hideout, 3 men in black onto motorbikes quietly followed. They kept in touch with the boss, waiting for orders to act. Kill both of them. A cold voice rang out from the other end of the line, as it was getting dark. When Jack's car reached a deserted stretch of road, it suddenly stopped just as planned. Jack pretended to check the car. The 3 thugs in black saw that the opportunity had come. They sped up, intending to strike. But they did not expect that there were already undercover police officers lying in wait. In just a split second, all 3 thugs were subdued and handcuffed, ending a dark plot. When Jack reported that the car had an accident, Lýtүtiên initially only felt a little worried. The dusk and deserted road made her a little uneasy. But when she saw 3 black figures approaching on a motorbike, their fierce eyes clearly visible in the darkness, Lýtүtiên was truly terrified. Her heart was pounding as if it was about to jump out of her chest, and extreme fear spread throughout her body. She tightly held Jack's hand, her whole body trembling. After the police appeared and controlled the 3 thugs, Lýtүtiên still had not recovered. She sat close to Jack, her eyes still filled with fear, trying to calm herself down. When they arrived at a safe place, Jack gently held her hand, his eyes filled with tenderness and worry. He slowly told Lýtүtiên about his suspicions about Mr. Hoy, about him selling all his assets and leaving in a suspicious manner. Hearing Jack's words, lýtửtiên felt an extreme confusion invade her mind. She could not believe her ears. The gentle, simple man she had just found a guy, the man she had trusted and called father with love, turned out to be a liar. It felt like the whole world around her collapsed. Oh, it can't be. lýtửtiên stuttered, her eyes wide open, looking at Jack, trying to find a little hope, a sign that he was joking. But Jack's determined gaze extinguished all those fragile hopes. A heartbreaking pain welded up into lýtửtiēn's chest. She had just experienced so much grievance and loneliness, and finally thought she had found a warm family, a relative to rely on. But it was all just an elaborate drama. The feeling of being deceived, of being taken advantage of, made her heart feel like someone was squeezing it. Tears began to roll down lýtửtiēn's pale cheeks. She lowered her head, hot tears falling onto Jack's hand that was tightly holding hers. The trust that had just begun to grow in her heart was cruelly extinguished. She felt so foolish. How could she trust a stranger so easily? Jack hugged lýtửtiēn in his arms. He felt her trembling and her extreme pain. He said nothing, just silently comforted her, letting her cry to ease her sadness and disappointment. He knew that this truth was a great shock to lýtửtiēn, and she needed time to accept and overcome it. In his arms, lýtửtiēn felt a little comforted, but the wound in her heart was still bleeding. This cruel truth had rekindled in her painful memories of the past, of the loneliness and the feeling of abandonment that she had always tried to bury. In the following days, the small room where lýtửtiēn was staying was filled with heavy silence. The harsh truth was like a knife, cutting deep into her already scarred heart, causing her to completely collapse. lýtửtiēn lay in bed, her body weak, her dark eyes staring blankly at the ceiling. She had no desire to eat or talk to anyone. The world around her seemed to collapse. The faith that had just been kindled suddenly extinguished, leaving a vast void in her heart and a lingering pain. Jack was always by lýtửtiēn's side, his eyes never leaving her pale, haggard face. He gently wiped the sweat from her forehead, covering her with the blanket when she shivered slightly. His every gesture contained concern, worry, and deep love. He looked with pity as the girl he loved had to endure such great pain. He knew that the truth about Mr. Hoy was not just a simple lie, but also reopened old wounds in her heart. The feeling of loneliness and abandonment. Jack gently held lýtửtiēn's skinny hand. Gently massaging it, he sat by the bed, telling her gentle stories about their future plans, about the small house he dreamed of, where they would build happiness together. He did not try to deny her pain. He understood that she needed time to accept and overcome it. He just wanted her to know that no matter what happened, He would always be by her side, a strong shoulder for her to lean on. Tian Jack's deep, gentle voice echoed in the quiet room. I know you're in a lot of pie. This is really too difficult. But do you know you're not alone? I'm here always by your side. Even though Merhoi is not your biological father, the good things in you, the kindness and strength that I've seen, that's what's most important. He paused for a moment, looking deeply into Tian's sad eyes. I don't want you to be immersed in this pain forever. I know you're stronger than that. You've overcome so many difficulties in life, right? I believe you'll overcome this. Look forward, Tian. Our future is still ahead. I want to build a new life with you, a truly happy family. In Jack's heart, he always prayed that Lýtửtiên could soon recover her spirit. He didn't want to see the bright smile on her face fade away. He believed in Lýtửtien's inner strength. Believed that, no matter how many storms she went through, she would still find her own light. He would patiently wait, love, and take care of her until she was ready to stand up and move forward on the path ahead with him. He hoped that his love and sincerity would be the fire that warmed Tian's frozen heart, helping her regain her faith in life and in love. Thank you for following our story. We will always update you details of this story in the next videos.